The first original film for the newly minted streaming service Max, formerly, of course, HBO Max, is a hard hitting drama about an FBI interrogation. Let's talk about reality. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It, and welcome to my spoiler free review of the new film Reality. This is streaming now on Max, which, like I said, of course, formerly HBO Max. I'm in a few different movie groups on Facebook, and everybody was freaking out. Oh, you're taking the HBO out of Max. What do you do? It's just Warner Brothers' way to sort of merge Discovery Plus, maybe make it a little more family friendly, so we don't have kind of the HBO, prestige name, and then my 600-pound life streaming on there or whatever. But this is produced by HBO Films. This is right out of the HBO playbook. Really, it is a hard hitting drama about really not just about, but taken entirely from transcripts of an FBI interrogation. So before we talk about this movie Reality, I want to welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We've got a ton of great stuff here on the channel, movies and TV reviews alike, and I try to post something new just about every day, 5-6 times a week at least. Please consider subscribing down below. Would love to have you aboard there, or just like this video, share it on your socials, comment below. All that stuff is great for the channel. I certainly appreciate it. So, all right, let's talk about this movie. This is Sydney Sweeney, which, of course, she's already a huge HBO star with their show Euphoria, which I admit I have still not seen. I know it's so popular. So this was really kind of my foray into the world of Sydney Sweeney. I'm sure I've probably seen her pop up in different things, but she's certainly made a name for herself with Euphoria. So she is the star here as Reality Winner. That is this woman's real name. This is based on not just a real person and real incidents, but like I said, the entire movie really, or 95% of it or whatever, is taken directly from these transcripts of an FBI interrogation of her. She is an NSA whistleblower, and this is basically her at her house being interrogated by two FBI men. Well, there's a third one there too. He doesn't really say much, but and it's based on a stage play called "This Is a Room," and I imagine there isn't much different here or there. It was, I think, directed by the same person. Yeah. So Tina Sattler, or Satter, I should say. This is a first-time director. She did direct the play version, but she co-wrote the screenplay here with this guy James Paul Dallas. And as in terms of the staging, like I said, I mean, most of this takes place at her house. At the beginning, they're sort of outside, so okay, maybe that was staged a little differently in the play, but for the most part, they're just kind of in one or maybe two rooms of the house. And I think the thing that makes this the most interesting in terms of a play to a film transition, because since both are based on the interrogation transcripts, I can't imagine that much has been changed in terms of the dialogue, right? So how do you kind of make it a little bit different so you're not just kind of watching a filmed version of a stage play? Because that is sort of a tricky, tightrope, especially if you're the director of both. If you direct the movie but not the play, okay, there's different things you can add to it or whatever, but it's obviously your vision, through and through. So what Satter did here that makes it such an interesting watch, other than the dialogue being interesting, is all of these massive close-ups, and not in like a necessarily like kind of artsy way. Like sometimes I feel like, movies utilize close-ups to, be a little artsy, and oh, let's look at this interesting shot. No, it really kind of brings you in with the intensity of the dialogue, and the interrogation, and sort of kind of the urgency of it. It reminded me a little bit, and this will go way back for you music fans, but the Sinead O'Connor video, "Nothing Compares to You." I mean, it was famously just basically, kind of a close up of her face, the whole video, just kind of singing and whatever. It sort of gave me those kind of vibes, in a good way. I really, because it was an intense movie to watch. And if you've ever been through an FBI interrogation or a police interrogation, it's not fun. And so it's definitely capturing, I think, the urgency of it, the intensity of it with those close-ups. And I like that they left in, a lot of these sort of, I don't know, quirky things that maybe you wouldn't have written if you were kind of writing a fictional thing. But like, for example, the one FBI agent keeps saying, like, I don't know, 8, 10 times maybe, we do have a warrant, da 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 da. He keeps repeating that as if she doesn't understand. And it just, those sort of little touches, and obviously, this is from the transcript, so I'm sure that actually did happen. Um, but it doesn't seem like a person would naturally kind of say that, but it does. It just, the whole thing kind of really brings you in, and it's also a very tight, like 80, I think it's 84 minutes or something. It's less than an hour and a half. It is a very, very tight movie. There's no wasted space here. And I think a lot of that is also because it's based on the real transcript. So we're seeing, yeah, there's a first scene where she's in her office. Fox News is on the TV, so that's, the first maybe 2 minutes or something of the movie. And then she pulls up to her house, and that's when kind of the process starts, as they say. Um, and from there on, it's, I didn't look this up specifically, but I assume it's exactly, kind of word for word. I don't know if anything was left out or moved around or whatever, but the real transcripts. And then you have the last couple of minutes, which is sort of the epilogue of, okay, here's what really happened. Um Sydney Sweeney's great in this. And and I know she's been getting a lot of accolades for Euphoria. And I can see why. She is, like, excellent. I don't know if they're going to make a push for this at, my guess would maybe be the Emmys is where this would more go rather than the Oscars. I know with streaming, I don't know who decides, whether it's the producers or the streamer itself or whatever decides to put it as contention for Emmys or Oscars. My guess would be Emmys, but I mean, so far this year, I don't know. I mean, she could certainly be looking at, a nomination, if not a win, for, best actress in a limited series or a TV movie or something like that. Because she's excellent here. And the gentleman playing the FBI agents, very good as well. Very, serious and intense, but they are kind of doing that good cop, bad cop thing a little bit. You're trying to be really friendly. Oh, we want to help you. We're on your side. We want you to explain to us why you would do this. Kind of those classic tricks. It might be triggering, for some that have been through a similar incident. But I thought this was very, very well done. An excellent performance. Um, you know, I guess my one, I guess, minor complaint is it probably, is not any different from the stage play, other than sort of those close up shots, which I do think were very, very well done. But yeah, the acting here, top notch. Very, very intense through and through. Really bringing you in to this room of her house. And yeah, so and it's, I don't, I think they want you to certainly feel some type of way about what happened with her. If you don't know the story, I don't know that I want to necessarily spoil it any further of, what happened in the epilogue. I think maybe you should watch the movie for that. I was definitely, I don't know, kind of angry at the end of it, based on the things that have happened. But maybe you know the story already. I don't know. But I kind of didn't. I mean, I sort of knew. I certainly didn't know there was a person named Reality Winner. What a crazy name. But I mean, I knew that there was an NSA whistleblower and stuff. I didn't know exactly what, but it was about. But in any event, this is a really, really strong film. I think we'll definitely see it come award season. Like I said, probably more Emmys than Oscars, maybe. But Sydney Sweeney, one to watch, I guess, for sure. I mean, I feel like Zendaya gets a lot of accolades for Euphoria, but I bet Sweeney does a great job in it as well. So I leave Reality with an A minus, and you can check that out streaming right now on Max, or it used to be HBO Max. So if you had it, you have Max. All right, so that'll do it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.